Welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Olson, and this week, as promised, we're going to take you out on Lake St. Clair for a musky fishing trip with a bunch of our nation's heroes, our veterans from the armed forces. We had a blast out there. You won't want to miss that. And Jimmy's got some other exciting fishing action for us this week, too.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a few more things on this week's show. After we check out your story in southeastern Michigan, we're going to head north to one of the more popular lakes here in the state of Michigan, especially in the summertime, Mullet Lake, just outside of Indian River. We're going to do a little pike fishing with a grandfather and a couple of his grandkids. I tell you what, it's a great story. We're also going to have some information from our friends at MUCC about the new grouse enhancement management system that the state is putting in. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's the love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com. By Meijer, a destination for hunting, fishing, and camping. From bug spray and tents to GPS and gas, Meijer has nearly everything you need to take on nature and get you there. Meijer. By G5 Outdoors, makers of the Quest and Prime bows. Manufactured and designed in Memphis, Michigan, G5 offers archery bows, broadheads, and accessories. On the web at g5outdoors.com. By Country Smokehouse, offering a variety of meat products. Country Smokehouse is located 3 miles south of I-69 on M53, just south of Imlay City. Country Smokehouse is a meat processor, a butcher, and a destination for sportsmen.
A couple of weeks ago, the Detroit Yacht Club on Belle Isle was host to a pretty special event. Operation Injured Soldiers teamed up with the Michigan-Ontario Musky Club to take several boats full of veterans out on Lake St. Clair for a day of musky fishing. Captain Tom Loy of Big Fish Charters invited me to join in on his boat, where he and his buddy Rocky would be fishing with veteran Ted Kruzelnicki, who served in the Navy in World War II, Vietnam vet Mike Alexander of the Air Force, and Kyle Hostetler, who served in the U.S. Army and spent 2 years in Iraq. Also along to help out was Gerhard Schmidt with Mobility Works, a company that provides vehicles for physically disabled folks.
Oh yeah, this is for the military guys, and our friend Ted here, who's been with us for a long time. Second time on the boat for Ted and the other guys. Enjoy doing this, sharing some of the things that we know how to do. Cool. It's really fun. They get a kick out of it, and we get a kick out of it. So every year it gets a little bit bigger, a little bit better. You know, the guys, we get a few more boats, and it's a nice event.
So why do you do it? Why do you do something like this today?
It's my turn to give back. Okay, I've been really blessed, and because of my age, I was too young for Ted's group and too old for these guys, and so I was in the middle, and I can give back to them a little bit in my own way. And we're blessed. We're blessed with all of this. So, and it's so much fun, and it's fun to see these guys have a good time. So,
Ted Kruzelnicki is 89 years old and has lots of great stories.
I got in the Navy in 1943. I was put on a destroyer escort, and I was sent out in the Pacific. During battle station, my job was a captain's telephone talker during the action.
Back here in the States, Ted has seen a lot of action in the woods and on the water. He's been hunting and fishing his whole life and says one of his passions is hiking and walking. He still walks every single day. He had a lot of fun stories to go along with these photos, and Ted kept us all entertained while we waited for the first fish of the day. We weren't waiting long.
Ted, we got a fish on. You're on. Nice fish. Yep. All right. Let's back up a little bit, Ted. There we go.
It's a baby.
It's practice. It's a baby. It's practice.
It's a baby.
Yeah, I'll take the rest.
That was fast, though. That didn't take long. How long have you had the baits in?
10 minutes.
Nice.
It was exciting to get the first fish.
Right. It's going back in, right?
Yep.
While we celebrated the first fish of the day, Tom, Rocky, and Gerhardt changed out some baits and got things dialed in. As Mike waited for his turn on the rod, I got a chance to chat with him about today's event.
It's fun being out here.
Yeah.
But I prefer being out here with the veterans and stuff because we've got some, we've got a common bond. It's like I just don't fit in with other people anymore.
Right.
We're able to bond, and it's like we've got an instant rapport with each other because we've been there. And even though we were different places, hey, when you've been under fire, it doesn't make any difference. You've got that rapport and that bond. And I just don't have that bond with other people. So, because just knowing that they're a veteran, okay, they're going to cover my back and I'm going to cover theirs, no matter what. It's a brotherhood. And once you're part of the brotherhood, you're always part of the brotherhood. It's just the way it is.
All the fish caught today would be released back into Lake St. Clair to keep this musky population healthy and strong here. We were 2 for 2, and things were looking pretty good. Nice work, Captain. We've been out fishing maybe a half hour. We got 2.
We're trying hard. We have special company. Trying to make all the guys happy, or have all the guys be happy. How's
Cool.
that?
All right. Well, Mike, that happened fast, but you got your first Lake St. Clair muskie under your belt now.
Finally.
Nice. Cool.
Nice one.
With a little midday lull in the action, Captain Tom introduced Ted to his secret weapon to ramp up the fishing. He and Rocky gave Ted a quick rundown on how to do the infamous muskie dance. At 89 years old, Ted was raring to go and put his own spin on this tried and true ritual. Lo and behold, the muskie dance came through again. The muskie dance worked!
Within 30 minutes,
It
we take credit for anything that happens within 30 minutes.
That was only 15 minutes. Kyle was up next. He says he really enjoys being a part of Operation Injured Soldiers, or OIS.
I was actually, just Sunday afternoon one day, I got home from church. I was like, well, let's turn on TV, and Michigan Out of Doors was on. So I watched it for a while, and then they were actually doing a hunt for a guy with Operation Injured Soldiers. So they did a little spiel at the bottom about signing up. So I ended up getting online and I signed up, and wasn't a couple months later they called me about a hunt in Alabama. So I went to Alabama with OIS, and I've been working. I do a lot of work for OIS now. So I like coming out on the trips, but I love working with the guys and helping out.
One of the things Kyle looks forward to at these events is spending time with other veterans, especially those from earlier generations.
I love talking to World War II guys, Vietnam vets, because their experiences are so different. We have a connection because we're prior service. We all kind of connect anyway, but for me it's such an honor because the breed of man back then, the guys back then are completely different than what I served with and what's coming up behind me, and it's such an awesome opportunity to talk to these guys. OIS is their credit or criteria is 30% disability through VA or the military branch, and that's their only criteria, really. Okay. You don't have to be out of service. You can still be in the service and be a part of the group. But if you haven't signed up and you're disabled and you love to hunt and fish, I mean, OIS, Operation Injured Soldiers, is such a great organization. They're 100% nonprofit, so everything that they do as an organization to make money goes right back to the vets. None of the members or the board members are paid. It's all volunteer work, so it's a lot like Wounded Warrior Project, except for there's no money going out except for the soldiers. It's all about the guys. So signing up just means that you'll be able to the camaraderie you have on these big events like this. It's unbelievable, where most guys wouldn't have that chance. And there's a lot of disabled vets that can't go out and fish on their own or hunt on their own, and they want to provide a way to get them guys back out in the field, and that's what OIS is all about.
It was truly an honor to spend the day out here on the water with these men who served our country and made so many sacrifices so that we can continue to enjoy our freedoms here at home. By 2 p.m., the guys had boated 9 out of 11 muskies that they had connected with. An awesome day by anyone's standards. All of the boats out here today were being run by members of the Michigan-Ontario Musky Club who volunteered their time and resources to get these fine men and women out on the water for a good time. Back on shore, a special celebration took place at the Yacht Club. Over dinner, these veterans were honored once again and given the thanks they don't always receive. What a wonderful day and a great way to say thanks to our nation's veterans who also enjoy Michigan's Out of Doors.
In this next story, I had a chance to tag along with a friend of mine as he took his grandkids out fishing on Mullet Lake. Explain what we're using here.
Okay, this is my pike rig. I actually make it. It's a spinner, 50-pound fluorocarbon. I use that for the leader instead of wire. And then I like a fairly big blade. And then we troll backwards really slow, just enough to make that blade spin. It helps attract the fish, and then they see the perch and come over and eat it. Always hook them just up front somewhere. And it's a bobber. You got a slip sinker to take it down. And we're gonna get it out there, start catching fish.
What if there were no pike in the lake?
If there were no pike in this lake, I'd move to a different lake.
Steve's method of pike fishing with a bobber is basically like tip-up fishing from a boat. Once rods are set, the drag is loosened so that line can run out easily. When a fish hits, it's allowed to take the bait for a while before Steve tightens the drag, reels up the slack line, and sets the hook.
And I'm gonna set the hook and give it to Lisa. Lisa, you ready?
I'm ready. It's a big one?
Yeah.
It's a big one?
Yeah, here. Quick, I gotta get this other pole on.
It's a big one. It's a big one. It's a big one. No, are there two?
Is he still on there? Oh, he got away. Oh, nuts. Oh, well, do we still have our bait?
Yeah.
Sometimes the hookups are easy, and sometimes, like today, the bites are lazy and hookups can be tough. Steve's method of back trolling helps bring the bait in contact with more fish than just regular bobber fishing.
Well, we back troll because it's the only way to go slow enough. We try to keep it under a half mile an hour, just as slow as possible. All we care about is that spinner blade moves just a little. I don't even care if it spins all the way around, if it just flutters back and forth like that. Now, when I get a hit, I'll just immediately slam it in forward and try to give them some slack so they don't feel you. And then try to go back as close to the bobber as I can. Because when you set a hook on a pike, you try to rip their lips off. That's what I tell people, rip their lips off. Because they're just hard to hook. Got a really big perch on. There's a fish on it right now. I'm gonna let him chew on it a while because the bait's pretty big.
I'm cold and cold and cold.
You ready?
I'm freezing cold.
Okay, Ava!
Wait, he gets to go first?
Keep the line tight, keep the line tight. Okay, you're doing good, you're doing good.
Man,
yeah, it's a big one, it's a big one. Here, let me get the net.
He's gonna get ya.
Okay, Ava, can you bring him over to me?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a good one. He's a good one. Yes, sir, we got him.
He's 1 month old.
Nice fish, Ava. We don't even have to measure that one. Okay, get down, we'll put him in the live well. Can you open the bail and give me a little line there? Good job, Ava. Good job. Nice one, Ava. He's 27 inches. That's my guess.
Diesel, why do you like fishing with your grandpa?
Because I get snacks.
Yeah, snacks.
That's why you like fishing with your grandpa? That's why I like fishing with your grandpa.
Wait, do you ever catch fish?
No.
You catch fish all the time.
Only one.
After a couple hours of fishing, it's time to pick up another group of kids. Ava and Liesel hopped off the boat, and Weston and Lauren were up to bat. Where do you want to fish, Weston?
Downtown.
Downtown?
Yeah.
Is there good fishing down there?
Yeah, they are like 100 fish right there.
There's 100 fish right there?
Yeah.
Nice.
West, here you go. Oh.
There
I gotta tighten that drag up a little for
is
him.
that
Okay.
a pike up?
Yeah, it's pike. It's gotta be a pike. It feels like a pretty big fish.
Give it now.
Doing good, buddy. Keep it cranking. Whoa!
What do you got, Weston? What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Well, it's gotta be a pike.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Or a musky or a carp. It's big.
Come on, it can't be musky.
Okay, I better get the net.
It
Keep
probably.
them coming, Wes. Oh, holy smokes. That's a big one. That's a big one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me get the net. Let me get the net.
He's big, alright.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
It's on.
Okay, wait. A little more line. Reel, I mean. Reel. Not backwards. You're reeling backwards.
Ah.
Oh, there he is.
Come on, get him. Get that big boy.
Ah!
We got him.
Look at you just caught. That's a pig. Weston.
Did you just call it a pig?
Well, it's a fish, but it's a big one.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. That's a nice one.
Wow.
Look at that thing.
Okay.
You want to try to hold him?
No.
No? Maybe later on for pictures, huh?
As with any kid's trips, you gotta have plenty of snacks. Steve spends a lot of time with the grandkids outdoors, and they love to hunt and fish with him.
In the summer, we pretty much concentrate on the pike. The summer, we've caught over 400 so far. That includes undersized fish. And there's a lot of undersized fish in here too, but there's a lot of really nice ones as well. And the grandkids come up a lot, and quite often, I can't take all of them because I've got 10. And when all 10 of them here, they just kind of wait at the dock for Grandpa to come in and let out a boatload of kids that just fished, and then another boatload comes in. So I stay real busy with these guys fishing. They love to fish, they're really good at it, and they're real diehards. And there's some competition between them, so. Okay, ooh, could be a walleye.
It is a walleye.
Bring him up. Okay, so now just pull. Ah, not that much. I meant pull so I could get him in the net. Oh, geez, on the boat. That's a surprise.
I just pulled up it. I pulled it up too far. That was pretty nice.
What I meant when I said pull it up, I thought you'd pull it into the net. I wasn't.
I know.
You're kind of surprised. He kind of flew up into the boat for you. Isn't that a beauty? Look at his fins.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Hey, Benny.
So we got one for everybody, huh?
We got one fish for everybody, except for Ava caught two. She caught a big perch as well as a pike. And there's some fun going on up there on shore that these two want to get up there and do some swimming or some tubing or something like that, don't you guys?
No tubing!
And it's 11:15, and it's time to go do something other than fishing.
Yes!
While the kids went out for a boat ride and some tubing with their dad, Steve headed back to the dock to get lunch ready. Pike are notoriously bony, so I wanted to see exactly how he filleted these fish.
Most guys don't like pike because I don't think they know how to fillet them and get all the bones out. The pike, of course, have the Y bones, and that's what's the big problem with eating pike. But I know how to remove them. So I'm gonna just show you. First, you just slab the fish like you would any other fish. At least I would when I'm filleting a fish. So we got this nice fillet here. And then just like any fish, it's got the rib bones. These are ribs. Once you get these out, that whole bottom half of the fish is bone free. There's from here on down, this lateral line, from here on down, no bones. Then I know where there are no bones in the tail, and it's up about this far, just about to the vent of the fish. So I start here. That's totally bone free right there. Now the good thing is now I've got a handle to skin it. So I just hold on, and I'm just taking the skin off now. Now it's totally skinned. Now since I know that that's bone free, I just cut down the lateral line. That is an absolutely bone-free piece of fish. Now this is the hard part. You can actually see and feel the bone right there. These are the free-floating Y bones. You just cut down the side of it until you feel where the Y bends, and then just cut around it. And then just cut around it. That's what I'll do down this whole loin. And in my opinion, this is the best part of the fish. It's just like this back straps on a deer. These are pike back straps right here, and they're good. Bone free. Then you just flip it over. And when you're using a sharp knife, you can feel those bones so you know when to stop. So I'm now just taking this other piece out on the other side, and I'll do the same down here. Now there's Y bones in there, and we just throw that away. And it's pretty simple. It really is once you've done a few of them.
Pike often get a bad rap for being bony, but if you clean fish like this, they are delicious. It's pretty common to see the Phillips sit down to a huge plate of fresh caught fish. Between all their grandkids, it can be tough to find enough fish for all of them. But Steve finds time. It may be tougher now that school has started, but whenever you get a chance, take a kid out fishing. The memories you make will last a lifetime.
So I'm Drew Youngdyke with MUCC. Today we are out here with about 25 volunteers. We're planting shrubs and trees that will produce better food for grouse habitat. It's like the Grouse Enhanced Management System. This is a hunting trail south of Gwynn. It's a new one that they just started last year, so this is really going to help provide more food for the grouse here. There's already a lot of great cover, so we'll really make this a prime grouse hunting spot in the Upper Peninsula. The big news today is we had Governor Snyder come out and join us. This is the first time he's come out on the On the Ground program. He's been a tremendous supporter of it. In fact, he passed 2 bills that really help us do what we do here. It's also part of the Outdoor Life Open Country Initiative. In fact, we received one of their sub-grants for one of our projects earlier, and that helped purchase some of the trees that we use here today as well. Outdoor Life has been a tremendous partner promoting these projects. They've also awarded the DNR its inaugural Open Country Award for their participation in our On the Ground program. So it's been really tremendous having a magazine of the stature of Outdoor Life involved in our projects and promoting our projects and getting the word out to sportsmen all over Michigan to come out and help out and improve the wildlife habitat for the animals that they hunt and fish for.
It was great to finally get up here and do one of the events in the UP. Now we're planting trees on a trail that will actually encourage more grouse, more wildlife, and it's wonderful to see so many wildlife groups turning out. MUCC, Ducks Unlimited, many other groups, the whitetail associations here. So all these people are working together to make Michigan a better place. Yeah, the new system of licensing for hunting and fishing is important because, one, it provides more resources. It was actually an initiative that most people from the hunting and fishing areas all supported because it's about making Michigan better. So that's a great outcome. Another piece of legislation I signed a couple years ago was to allow for more volunteer work on state lands. And that's part of the product that's showing up here is we're all working well together and having fun.
Special thanks to MUCC for sharing this video with us, and thanks to all involved for doing their part in promoting and preserving Michigan's out of doors.
Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Coming up over the next few weeks, lots of exciting stuff happening. I'll be visiting the Woods and Water Show over in Imlay City, and we'll check that out and show you a little bit of footage from there. We'll also do some fly fishing for musky on the flats of Lake St. Clair, and we'll head up to a family bear camp as well. Lots of fun stuff coming up over the next few weeks.
Well, that's right, Jenny. Lots of good stuff coming over the next few weeks here in Michigan Out of Doors. There is just so much starting to happen here in the state of Michigan. All the good fall fishing is happening. We're going to have some of that. We recently were out doing a little opening week goose hunting action. You won't want to miss that. Then elk hunt that's going to be coming over the next few weeks here in Michigan Out of Doors. Lots of good stuff coming. So make sure that you're joining us right back here every week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Rosie Brothers. Located in Dryden, Michigan, Rosie Brothers has been serving Michigan for over 40 years. Specializing in outdoor needs, Rosie Brothers features Kubota tractors and equipment for use in farm, home, or commercial needs. On the web at rosiebrosinc.com. By Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises of Munising, exploring Lake Superior's Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore with its sandstone cliffs, caves, waterfalls, and lighthouses. Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises on the web at picturedrocks.com. By Propane, exceptional energy. Propane retailers promote the safe use of Michigan-produced gas energy in homes, farms, and businesses across our great state. Learn more at usemichiganpropane.com. By Meijer, a destination for hunting, fishing, and camping. From bug spray and tents to GPS and gas, Meijer has nearly everything you need to take on nature and get you there. Meijer. Closed captioning is brought to you by Propane, exceptional energy. Propane retailers promote the safe use of Michigan-produced gas to outdoor enthusiasts across our great state.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man.